Okay, well, it is Thursday, and today is part 2 of our Sketches collaboration with Peggy and Janet. And yesterday, Janet was here, and she did cards with these sketches. And now today, we've got Peggy here, and she's doing layouts.
Yes.
And
layouts,
she's
more
also
layouts.
cheering on.
Iowa
Do
State.
you want to show everything you're wearing that's Iowa
Got
State
my
University?
Big Rob Energy shirt.
Got
my
red sweater.
Cyclones.
Oh, and it says Cyclones on it.
Got
She
my
got
earrings. Got my
necklace, and she
and I
even
got my
has,
red shoes.
She even has red shoes on. So go
Cyclones.
Cyclones.
Mm-hmm.
They play. Is it tonight?
They
or
play
today?
tonight. We play 6 o'clock against Kansas State. So we need to get revenge.
Okay, we need revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Peggy's a huge Iowa State
Yes.
fan, as you can tell. And so give us a thumbs up if you happen to be a fan of Iowa State, and give us a thumbs up if you're a fan of Peggy. And I know that's going to be a lot of thumbs up. Today she's here, and this is part 2 of our Sketches collaboration. Yesterday, Janet was here and made cards, and now
fun.
with the same sketches, Peggy is making layouts. And it looks like you have a little bit of everything. You've got
A little.
some beachy, some little cute little guy playing in the sand, and some florals.
You can kind of tell I like summer. I like warm weather. I like warmth. Winter is not my season, but
Well, luckily we had a pretty easy winter this year. And we've got a lot of people. Marcia says go Cyclones, and let's see, Lisa's here, and Ruby. Kay says go Cyclones.
Yay.
Beth, good morning, and Catherine is here. And Catherine, thank you for the nice email that we got. It was really sweet of
We
you
do
to
have the
send
best
pictures.
customers.
We do. And there's a Kelly here, so we got 2 Kellys
Yay.
so far, and Darla, and Kim, and Pam, and Jan says good morning, ladies, and Doug. So I love it how people do that, like, hi, everybody, and Doug.
Yep.
Oh, Marshall's got, like, she put a Cyclones with a red heart, and then it's got another little icon that went away. And Darla's niece is on the cheer squad tonight.
oh wow, fun down in Kansas City.
So,
Yeah.
is it in Kansas City?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And Diana says, yay, Cyclones. So we got a lot of Cyclones fan. And let's see, Ellen says it's cool and damp in Aurora, Illinois, but it's snowy in Wyoming from Pam.
Please keep it, Pam.
Yeah. And Robin's here from South Dakota. Peggy, we were going to have more snow.
I know it.
Our winter was so short. I'm sure we're going to have more
We'll
snow.
probably get hit in the middle of April.
Maybe not. I mean, maybe not, but probably. So, good welcome to everybody. We're glad you're here. And I just saw that Janet's name came up.
Yay,
and
Janet.
Connie. So, we're glad you guys are here. Before we get to these wonderful layouts with the sketches, we have to update our board, and we have a lot of new
Yes.
product to show you. So, let's go over to our distress brackets. Speaking of basketball.
Yeah. March Madness.
I don't want to miss any other comments. Let's see. Pat says, hi, y'all. And Amy says, our little team in Minnesota is marching its way to Boys State Tournament.
Oh, exciting.
Might need basketball stuff. Oh, my gosh. We've got
Yay.
basketball. And not just back here. We've got real basketballs back here, guys. This is our decorating. And Peggy, I'm going to hand you the camera for a little bit. So if you are new to Memory Bound, or if you're just joining us this week, on Tuesday we kicked off our March Distress Ink brackets. So we have brackets with all kinds of Distress Ink combinations. And the first, we weren't here yesterday to announce the first winner, but our first competition was Grandma's Perfume and Toes in the Sand. And Janet announced yesterday that Toes in the Sand beat out Grandma's Perfume. And somebody asked me why this is called Grandma's Perfume, and I don't know, but when I looked at it, it reminded me of Grandma's Perfume, so I'm not sure why. And then also on our first day, we had Jack and the Beanstalk and Boo to You from our crew, and Boo to You from our crew did beat out Jack and the Beanstalk. So we have 16, our sweet 16 color combinations for our distress brackets, and each day you can vote here on Facebook, not on our live video, but you'll see a post that shows you the 2 colors that are going against each other. Oh, here I announced the winners and I didn't put them up, Peggy, so I need to do that.
Okay.
So let's get Superhero posted.
Superhero.
I feel like we need a drum roll or something, but and Tequila
Kim?
Sunrise.
There's our drum roll. Kim's doing it.
Kim. Thank you. Oh, you should go back, show Kim, because she's here on her spring break.
Kim's
There's
on her
Kim,
spring break.
working a couple days for us.
Yeah.
And Kim was here on Monday. No, was it Monday? Tuesday. Kim was here on Tuesday when we kicked off our brackets.
Yeah.
And she's here helping us out. We really appreciate that.
She's our drum roll girl.
Right. So today we have Grandpa's sweater and Wicked going against each other. And I don't know why I do not see those over here.
Marcia says she's enjoying the distressed
Good.
tree.
All right, so Grandpa's sweater is right here. Oh, here they are. So you can go out and you can put in the comments if you like the combination of Grandpa's sweater or if you like the combination of Wicked better.
Ooh,
And they're
is
out
a hard
there.
one.
It
This
is.
a hard one.
A lot of them are hard.
Yeah.
So go to the post. You'll see a post here on Facebook that says to pick one of these two. They're going up against each other today, you guys, in our tournament.
And then keep getting rough.
It's going to
rough.
It's going to get harder and harder.
Uh-huh.
Whoops! I'm putting that one back on backwards. Then the other, that's game 3A, and then today we also have game 3B going on, which is Mardi Gras and Pinky Swear. And so here's our colors for, and you can, it'll be on a different post, but on the post you'll see these two.
This is a hard one too.
It's very hard.
They're so different, but they're so pretty.
They're all good. They're all good.
of them
And
look so nice
you
together.
guys, you can download, if you like, just want to have your own brackets to keep track of, you can download. It's free, or you can get a hard copy from us if you want. But you can download the brackets, and they have the dates, and you have the beginning competitors, and you can fill it in as we go, or you can make a guess. And then it's got two other pages that have all of our competitors.
Yep.
All of our
combinations.
competing
I think
color
that's great.
combinations.
Now, who were the ones that won yesterday again?
Yesterday was Superhero, beat out Riverbank.
Superhero beat out Riverbank.
And then Tequila Sunrise beat out Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Right there. Those were yesterday's.
And then the cool thing is that all of our Distress full-size ink pads and oxides and re-inkers are all 15% off through Friday. Because next Thursday will be our last vote. We're at Sweet 16. We got to get to Elite 8 and Final 4. And then Peggy, I just wanted to show this because Teresa made us a chart.
Wow.
She stamped all of these hearts.
That looks so neat. I like that.
I think it's pretty
to see all
cool.
the colors.
And these are all Distress. They're not the oxides, they're the Distress. And you can get blank charts if you want, if you want to do what Teresa did.
Yeah.
And you can download these at Ranger, and they're free. We have them printed on with a laser on Basil Smooth cardstock for 99 cents, and the same with the labels. If you want to label the sides of your ink pads, our labels are $2.99. It's printed on a label paper, and you cut out your colors and stick them on. Peel off the back, of course. You can download both of these from Ranger for free, or if you want them already laser printed for you, we have them
Here in the store.
pretty nice. Okay, well, let's show some new stuff, and then we'll get to Peggy, because we haven't shown new product all week long. I don't think we showed anything on Monday. I can't
And
remember.
we have a lot of really nice new stuff.
Monday was a long time ago, guys.
It was. It was the beginning of the week.
And it feels like Friday. It does. It feels like Friday. Okay, well, our coffee, crazy coffee times are continuing. We do have some of our mugs left, our Craft a Latte mugs, and they're $8.99, and those are still
been real
available.
popular.
But back in stock is the Reminisce, the 6x6 paper pack called But First Coffee, and it's got all the papers, and they're just they're cute because they're
That's
tiny.
really cute size.
Look at the
I like
little,
that. I like how the
little
little cut
pieces.
aparts are, scaled to go with the
I just want to
patterns,
look
too.
at it, Peggy.
Yeah, those are pretty colors.
And then we also have the Stamperia. We're able now to have, I think we have all the Stamperia, and here's the 8x8 backgrounds.
Look at those.
And I can flip it over. This is $8.99, and we had a lot of requests for this. And Peggy, I particularly think this looks pretty cool. That looks like
the
the
coffee
stenciling
stain,
that you did on your layout.
Yep.
And it's coffee
I
and
like that.
chocolate.
Oh, and chocolate. Okay, I can get behind the chocolate part.
And here's the 12x12. And which one is, this is also backgrounds. So I'll flip it over so you can see the papers a little better.
Get these a little bit closer up here.
It's interesting how they do their papers, because they have the backgrounds that are packaged in the 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8. And then this is just called Coffee and Chocolate.
And these are just another series of papers to go with the backgrounds. All in those
Oh, now I'm
color
remembering.
feeling.
This is
look
the
at
regular.
chocolate.
I'll flip it around
like
and you can
Hershey's
see all.
chocolate.
They're all two-sided.
A house of chocolate.
We need a chocolate pie today because it's
Pie
Day.
Day, yes, 3/14.
I might have to make us one later. And then here's the large tablet, and this is $23.49, but you're just getting quite a few more pieces in here. So if you are loving our coffee promotion, and
things.
because this has got 22 sheets, and the last one had 10, so you get twice as many.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pretty,
so
very
you can
pretty.
check out. Janet could link our whole coffee section. So you can see what we have. And then Pretty Pink Posh, we got some things back in stock.
Aren't they just a fun new company?
They are. I'm
They
really
have some
excited we
awesome
have
stuff.
these. These are the sentiment strips dies for $26.49. And then
And if you're doing the card sketches, Janet's card sketches that we have, the little banner pieces would fit real well with those.
they are. They're
So,
nice
like
to
this little
stamp on
banner
or just leave as is.
piece right here, that would go really well on there. That would be a nice piece.
And then here's the stitched photo frame. It's kind of like Polaroids for
Yep.
$20.99. And then we have the film strip,
Oh,
stacked
I
film
like that
strip.
one. That's another piece that would work well on the card sketches.
And then the last one we have is Easter Wishes.
Oh, okay.
And we
It says
haven't,
Easter
we have
wishes.
not had their, a word like this before, but it's really kind of thin, kind of like it's written in cursive with string. And this is $12.49. Now, we had a miscommunication, so the stitched shamrocks didn't come in, but they will probably be here today or tomorrow.
Oh,
so
good.
if you're waiting for the stitched shamrocks, those were just so fun with the different sizes, and they have the stitch lines in them. So those are on their way. They shipped a couple days ago, so they'll be here very soon. All right, crafters.
Oh boy, this one, I'm excited
Brand
about this
new
one.
from Bella
Woo!
Boulevard. It's called
Yeah.
Let's Scrapbook. And we all agreed, let's scrapbook.
Yes.
Now, when Kim
Crafting
and
124.
Kendra and Jennifer were here on Tuesday, they spent quite a bit of time looking and purchasing these new things. And I'll show you what else we have. We have the collection pack, and we reordered it all. So if you go out there and it's like, oh, darn, they don't have that, we reordered it all.
It'll be here.
So this paper's got a stripe on one side, but
I
on the
love.
back it's got all your different little
Yes.
crafty words.
I like it says, but first scrapbooking.
Absolutely.
Scrapbooking is cheaper than therapy. Happy scrapper, glue it down. Oh, fun, fun.
And
Lots
it's
of
just
fun
kind
stuff.
of a light background, so when you
Yeah.
put the bright colors on it, it's everything's
pops
going to
out.
pop. So then the other paper that we have is this one, which I love the flashcards.
Yes.
And then I can't remember if it was Kendra got a kick out of, or maybe it was Kim.
iPack Light.
iPack Light.
Cute.
And then on the back of this is just like a polka dot.
And you can't go wrong with a polka dot.
So I like it because it's a lot of primary colors, and I love the flashcards.
Yep.
Then we got in these little epoxy
Look at those
stickers.
cameras. Oh, wow.
And that's
I like those
$6.99, and then
flowers,
here's
too.
another little epoxy for $5.99. Wow, it's only
So
$1
cute.
more.
So, so cute. And those bright colors are so nice.
And then this, Peggy, this is my favorite stuff. Here's the ephemera.
Ephemera.
You get 86 pieces for
Wow.
$8.99. Kim, did you
That's-
get the ephemera?
Yes.
Okay, Kim said she got the ephemera.
Lots of good phrases.
And then here's the words for $8.99, and I can flip them over, and Peggy can give you a
Wow.
peek at what's in here. It's got scissors, typewriters, it looks like some string, buttons,
Everything. There's sewing machine.
eat, sleep, scrap, repeat.
Yeah. Lots and lots of stuff. Great titles, great pieces.
So
I can
that's,
see some fun layouts.
and then
with
they have
that.
Bella Pops, which are like Doodlebug Doodle Pops.
Love 'em.
So we got a couple here, documented and scrappy tools. And we have scrap banner.
I love the scrapbook. That's so cute.
Isn't that fun? And then look at these two.
Okay, I
Peggy.
agree with you. Cute cameras and love the bright
Click,
colors.
click,
Look at
and
that.
scrappy tools.
Oh.
Did I show scrappy,
The scrappy tools once, yep.
That's a
okay.
rerun.
That's
We got a
all right.
rerun.
But look at the cameras.
I know. I love cameras. I love everything.
I do
cameras.
too. Anything that has a camera on it, I love it.
And then back in stock, we had sold out of these daylight desk lamps, and they are portable because they charge with a USB. I have one at home. Next time I have a demo, I'm going to bring it and use it so you can see it. I really like it. It has different settings, and I find that I need more light than I used to, or maybe I'd like to think my room is darker, but I think it's my eyes. And this is $74.99. And mine has I've never ran out of my charge. I think it tells how many hours it charges for, but I don't see it looking quickly. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you how many hours, but it's like 8 or 12 hours or something. And then if you want something, and it's very portable.
Yes.
And then we also have the little clip-on light for $38.99, and it is also a really nice one, and it's rechargeable, and it can clip right to your desk, or if you're maybe going to a crop and you want to clip it to your table or a shelf.
And those are so nice, just to give you a little bit of that true white light on your layout.
It definitely
I think makes a difference.
Definitely. Okay, then Spellbinders came in, and I wanted to show all these little embellishments, and these are all, well, most of them are reorders, and you'll find these under gems, embellishments and gems. So that was the black and white, which is good for so many things,
it's always nice to
weddings,
have in your
graduation.
Just because of the neutral.
And then I ordered this color. It's Fashion Rouge, because here in Ankeny, our colors are maroon and gold, and here's a gold.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're good for other things, too. I think you could probably use them
We
for
could
Iowa State.
I was just going to say the same. They could be cardinal gold.
They could be. Then we have all their Color Essential gems, and I wanted to show these because these are probably more, I don't know that shiny is the word. Can you think of, you know what I'm trying to say, Peggy? They've got more crystal.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a scientific name.
A little sparkle.
And there's 4 sizes, more faceted or something. And here's the red.
Aren't those pretty? Those could be Iowa State, too.
I think they could. And here's green, which I love green.
Beautiful color for spring.
So they're kind of like the honeybee, but you're going to get 4 sizes, and you get that really tiny 2 millimeter
these are
one.
almost iridescent. This set.
And then we have the black, which is onyx.
I like the tiny
And
ones.
look at the
Those are
pink,
nice.
Peggy. Look at how pretty those are. I know we're all grandson people here, but I do love that pink.
Okay, now we've been asked if we could show the 2 sizes of the Misty as well.
Oh, sure. There is the gold. We absolutely can show the Misties. Okay, then
Rita says just a little glimmer. That's what she's saying.
it does. I love
yeah.
those. Yeah, there's just something about them. They're more sparkly or something. Okay, we have been waiting for, it seems like years, to get in eyelets. So we finally, I think eyelets have made a huge comeback. So we finally have restocked our We Are Memory Keeper eyelets. So we've got the, what does that say it is? Warm. And we've got the greens.
Oh, we can see those greens on the St. Patrick's Day layouts.
Oh, that's right. That would work
fun.
really good. Let's see, I showed the warm. So these, then I want to show these other ones because these are a little bit different. They have the 1/2 inch head on them. So they're 3/16 like the others in the center, but then they have a little bit more to show. And there's the reds, and then we have 2 other color schemes, the cool and the warm. And these are $5.29, and they're called the wide eyelets.
I like those.
They're different.
I've never used those before.
They're really different. I want to go use one right now. And remember,
crocodile.
remember, if you got your crocodile, you can set eyelets in your crocodile very easily. No hammering. Peggy, do you remember when everyone was
I used to
hammering?
scare my dog. Every
when
time
you're-
I hit it, he'd run.
We had so many dents in our crop tables here when we had crops and people were hammering and not using their mats and but anyway. Okay, then we've got some die cuts in, and you know we love our die cuts.
Yep.
These are all laser cuts, so we have our latte, and then look at this one with the little dog and holding his leash.
No, you know how I am with dogs.
They're so cute. And then, hey, get ready for Easter. We got our bunny with the googly eyes,
And I love his buck teeth.
and we got a little kitten, a cute little kitten. And we've got our duck, our little Easter chick, maybe for Easter. And then we go from cute little Easter chick to alligator.
Not so cute.
And
nice die cuts,
stingrays.
cute die cuts, yep.
But you know, we went to Gator World a few years ago, quite a few years ago
Oh,
in
yeah.
Florida. We thought it would be kind of a jokey thing. It was awesome. Loved Gator World. Now here's Swimming with the Stingrays, and we do have the stingrays. And you're going to find all of these online in their themes.
And we had a question: how would the big eyelets work as a reinforcement on a large tag? I think they would work really well.
They'd work great.
I think especially with that flat, the wide flat part on it, I think would really help.
If you look, the inside, the hole is the same size as a regular eyelet. They're just going to have a bigger metal
to show on the
showing
outside.
on the front. But it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that would work well.
Okay, Waco is back in stock if you've been to Waco or going to Waco. And you might be here right now for spring break.
Yeah, Cozumel. I'd like to be on that beach.
Wouldn't that be nice? But it'd be better than going to the dentist, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
My daughter just sent us a picture of our 4-year-old grandson at the dentist. And you guys, he looks happy. I was like, he's laying on his stomach, like this, with his feet up where your head goes.
Oh, fun.
It was really cute. And then a lot of people take pictures of, their baby sleeping or kids sleeping. And we do have that in pink and blue. And I don't even remember this one, Peggy.
I don't either. That's really pretty, though.
It's new to us. And then this is perfect. A lot of you have little ones celebrating their first St. Patrick's Day.
Green eyelets that we showed.
They would. We have a lot of stuff to show. I hope you guys bear with us. I don't want you to miss out on Peggy's.
I don't think I have that one. I might have to.
You'll have to get it.
Yeah.
We got volleyball. And then we have a lot of our local. If you're a local, come on in. We've got just about every school. We've got custom paper. We've got die cuts. Everything you would need to do an album or a card or a project. And there's our Chiefs, which we're seeing in the news quite a bit. And then we have some track things. So we have the discus.
Which is the season right now.
It is.
Just getting on a full
And this is cross country. And we have marathon. I guess you gave me a sheet of paper to show these, Peggy, and I haven't been using it. And then we have basketball. And state wrestling meet, which just happened here last month.
Weeks ago, yep.
And then we've got our softball or baseball. Softball, I think it's softball, but it could be either. And we got a little fire truck. And we also have a little wagon.
Oh, I like that.
It's so cute.
Someone was in a couple weeks ago looking for a wagon.
It's back. And then we have an old car. Kim, you sorted these really well. We've got vehicles.
Yep. Things with tires.
And then we have mudding. But with mudding, we also have monster truck.
Oh, yep.
So we've loaded up. And like we said, these are all in themes, and you can find them if you just go to shopping and go to themes and find whatever theme you're looking for. Or call us if you need help. We have cousins. And we have mom, dad, stepmom, stepdad, grandma, grandpa, nana, sister, brother. We have all of those. And here's the film strip.
I like that one.
And I've seen where people actually put photos in there, and it looks really fun. And then kind of along the same lines, we have a music border.
Those are both really
And we
nice.
have thousands more
Especially
of
as we
those
prepare
dies.
for graduation and
It's that
graduation
time.
books. And,
Oh, we should have shown this first. We have a product value bundle from Simple Stories, and it's from My Story. And Peggy, you said that you
this
really
is
liked.
one of my very favorite collections from Simple Stories.
So
I just really love it.
it is about a $57 value for $29.99, and I'll show you what you get. I've got one opened here. So to start out, you get the collection pack, which has all the papers and the sticker sheet. Oh no, yes, it does have the sticker sheet. I'm sorry. This one is put together a little different, so you don't see the sticker on the back.
With the books.
But anyhow, it's got your collection pack. Then you get the foam stickers, and that's 2 sheets.
Yep.
And I think these are normally about $8.
The colors, I just love the colors in the collection. That's my favorite.
They're really good colors with the greens and the pinks. And there's the 6x8 tablet. And you get the whole sticker book. And you guys, this is 12 sheets of stickers, and there's what you get inside. There's even like a chair and houses.
Yeah. And the alphabet.
It's all. It's kind of about life, wouldn't you say, Peggy?
It is. It really is. It's if you were doing the Me in 23, or if you're doing a scrapbook about yourself,
It's
this is a
perfect.
great line to use.
And then you get the journal bits and the floral bits. And I'm kind of partial to I really like the floral bits.
floral
I'll
bits
flip
are
them
nice,
over so you
yeah.
can see it. They're nice and big. And then you
Yep.
got your journal bits to do your documenting.
Yep.
So we do have a limited number of these. It's the
And
My
Jean,
Story.
the collection is called My Story, and it's by Simple Stories.
It's online under our specials section because it's only $29.99 for the whole kit and caboodle.
Yep, that's a good deal.
Okay, then we got in a little bit of this magical voyage from Echo Park, and we realized we did not order enough SKUs. So Diane ordered more. So it's here. We have the collection pack. This is your Disney cruise, you guys. So if you've been on a Disney cruise, and you could probably use it for other cruises also, but it's got like Say Cheese and Let's Get Goofy, and so a bunch of characters. So we have that, and we have the coordinating solids. And then Diane ordered us a few other things too, like we've got the washi tape, and this tape's got the little Princess Castle. I don't know where the best way is to see it, Peggy, but you can see. And then we've got one with all the stars. Then we've got the
Jennifer using that.
Oh yeah, Jennifer's been working on Disney. She showed us some things. The 6x6, and then we have the ephemera. Says Wish Upon a Star. And then one of the ephemera and the brads are pretty much the best-selling SKUs of all collections.
Yeah.
And these are $6.99.
Just a nice little pop of color in the layout too.
Yeah. You use those a lot. You're
do.
really good at utilizing those.
Yep.
And then here's the frames. We showed you the ephemera, and here are the frames, and they're $4.99. And then this sticker book has got a lot of fun sheets too, and I can flip it over because it's got borders and an alphabet and a whole sheet of words. This just looks happy.
Yeah, I love the bright colors in it. I love those borders.
So if you've been, and I can't really flip through
I think
it.
you get like 2 of each.
Yes, I think you do too. And then we have a few papers. So we've got this one with all the fun words, and then the back has got your sunshine, and this has got your Disney castle. And look how everything coordinates. Isn't that nice? I love that. And then our third paper has got stars, and then the back is a plaid.
Look at that plaid. I love
So
it.
pretty cool.
I like the little white stitching
Yes.
in this too.
Peggy,
That's a nice
you
little
would
touch.
find the stitching because you're our stitcher. She's our stitcher. Okay, we will show the Misties, but before we do that, I want to show you guys what Chris made. I don't know if you can see
so
that or if it
beautiful.
glares.
So beautiful.
That's her granddaughter and her boyfriend, not Chris's boyfriend, but her granddaughter's boyfriend. And she actually posted this on Facebook on the 49 and Market fans page and got lots of
nice
comments. So what she did, what I love about it is she started with the charcoal paper, and she said somebody even asked how she stenciled all the leaves on there, and hey, it comes that way.
Right?
We've always told people when you use a gray or a kind of a softer neutral color, how everything's going to pop off of it.
And boy, it does.
And I think that really shows it. So then she's got some little gems hidden in there from the Honeybee Metallic Mix. She used some of these gray ones.
You can see them down there, across there.
And then she's got, she used a lot of stuff. I mean, she used a little bit out of a lot of things. So she's got the frames, and that's what she's got there around her photo.
And this is from the Kaleidoscope collection.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. And
The background paper was from charcoal.
Yes.
The embellishment is from Kaleidoscope.
so she's got some chipboard. I think probably she's got some chipboard here and maybe up there. And she's got a ticket. And I'm pretty sure that's probably right here, the story. So she used that, and then she used a couple different, she's got a rub-on.
rub-on.
Right here is the rub-on, guys, so it's right there. And then the flowers are all from the laser cut wildflowers.
And laser cuts are so nice.
So Chris, thank you for sharing that with us. That
It's
is,
a beautiful layout.
and it's a surprise for her granddaughter, so she has not seen it yet.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Okay, let's hop to the
Misty.
Misty, Peggy, and then we'll get over and check out your layouts.
And then we also had one other question, if we have black and white graduation ribbon in yet.
So like ribbon that's black and white, or black ribbon and white ribbon, or we're not sure. Okay, we'll ring the bell and ask about that. Okay, the Misty comes in 3 sizes, and you start with the mini Misty.
Yep.
This one's $49.99. They all work the same way, and if you want us to show you how to work it, we can do that too. And then there's the medium Misty, or the regular size. This is what I have.
Yeah, that's what I have too.
And on the back here, it kind of shows you how you put your paper down, you lay your stamp, and then when you close this acrylic door, your stamp is going to stick to it. You ink it up, then close your door, and it's going to stamp where you want it. And if it's not inky enough, put a little more ink on it. Everything stays in the same spot, which I love. Now this one comes in teal, black, or pink. So we have 3 colors in this one. This is probably the best.
Black.
Yeah, this is probably our best-selling size. Although, Peggy, some people get 2. And then we have the Memory Misty, and this is going to hold a 12 by 12
That's
paper.
what Penny has.
Penny actually does a lot of scrapbooking on her, or a lot of stamping on her scrapbook layouts with this. So there's 3 sizes. And Janet can link our Misty category.
And Julie says, best stamping tool ever.
I know. It's
have to
called
agree
the
with you.
Misty stands for most incredible stamping tool invented, and it really is.
And Deborah says, didn't know I needed one until I had it.
Well, I didn't do a lot of stamping until I had mine, especially when you're stamping words. I feel like when you're stamping words or verbiage, it's hard to get it stamped well, and this is going to guarantee it every time.
And someone asked if we could refresh her memory on the difference between oxide and distress ink.
Sure, we can do that right here because, and they are all 15% off, so they're like $1 off. The ink pads are about $1 off. The re-inkers are also on sale, and they are maybe a little less than $1 off. So let's pull one of each. So this is a silly thing, but your distress inks always are in a black case, and your oxides are gray. Distress are dye ink, and they came out first 20 years ago. That's another reason why we have our distress brackets, because we're celebrating
Look at that.
that.
Even matches your shirt.
Oh, it does. I picked out, it was an accident, everybody. So it's a dye ink, it's water-based, and then Tim had explained one time when I was in a class with him that he worked with a chemist at Ranger for quite some time because he wanted a different kind of ink. So the oxides are a pigment and a dye ink mix. So they're this ink with a pigment ink, I'm going to say thrown in. I don't think it's thrown in, but formulated. So they're both water reactive. So you can get them wet and they're going to reactivate. The oxides with the pigment, they're going to dry slower. I think they're better for heat embossing because of the slow drying. Tim says he heat embosses with these, but most of us here don't. We usually use the oxides. And the oxides are going to show up on dark paper because of the pigment ink in there. And I think Teresa has a sample around the corner here, Peggy, with the new Scorched Timber. And the new Scorched Timber is on sale also. So this tag and the oxides, I hate to use the word, but they kind of oxidize when they get wet, and you can do layers. So they get kind of, maybe they look chalky or a little drier, and the distress inks don't look that way when they get wet, when you use those. They more keep their color, but the oxides are going to show on dark paper, and the distress inks don't.
They're just a little more opaque.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Very much so. Good question, and thank you for that.
Yes.
All right, are we ready? We'll ring the
Alrighty.
bell, and we'll have somebody. We have lots of graduation, and we have lots of St. Patrick's Day, which are 2 very seasonal items. And Peggy's going to ring the bell if she can find it, and we'll have somebody find ribbon. I don't know that we have ribbon that's black and white together. Hey, Kim.
Yes, ma'am.
We're so glad you're here.
Yes.
Can you see if we have any black and white ribbon that would work for graduation? And Kim's had kids graduate, so she's all over. She knows all about it.
Yep.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Peggy,
Are we
we're
ready?
we're ready to check out your
So
sketches and your
layouts.
layouts.
Yeah. So I got the privilege of working
Oh, you're
with.
so sweet.
Well, I mean, Janet is so talented, and she's so sweet to work with. And when the idea of the collaboration came up, I think we were both really excited about
I think so,
the
too.
opportunity to work together on this. And so she kind of took the bull by the horn, and she, we shared, some different projects and things, and then she actually put it down on paper as sketches, which is really sweet. And she's just so good at it. I mean, she took the ball and ran with it. I loved it. But she created our sketch download. So as she showed yesterday, she took 3 of the layouts that I did, made them into sketches, and then made them into cards. And then the 3 card sketches that she has down here, she sent those to me, and I made those into layouts.
I love that.
And so, and I think for both of us, we're both lovers of sketches, and we wanted to show the versatility of a sketch. And I think, I think maybe we're accomplishing that these last couple of days, because we, interpret them in very different ways. You can see how in some of the projects that we've done, we've stayed pretty true to the sketches. In some of the other projects, we've kind of, taken bits and pieces of the sketch and created from that. So I hope, I guess our hope is that everybody will see that sketches are really kind of a fun thing to use in your scrapbooking, in your card making, in your paper crafting. And as I said before, kind of use it as a jumping off point or a starting point for a project.
I agree, especially if you're stumped. Sometimes you feel like you're doing the same thing all the time, and this is a great way to get out of that.
Yeah, it is. And for me, sometimes it's a way to kind of jumpstart my creativity too. And I really like that, because if I'm stuck in that rut and all I can think of, I have to put the picture here and I have to put the title there and, that sort of thing. When I look at a sketch and I see, I really like that aspect of the sketch, and I could use that to put over here, on this layout and use it in this way. And so it is a way to kind of jumpstart. So that was one thing that we're really excited about being able to share with everybody.
And this sketch is $1.79, and you can download it if you you want to print it at home, or you can come in and pick one up, a hard copy, or if you place an order that we're shipping, you can download it, and we will also put it in your bag so you have both copies.
So so there's the downloaded sheet that has all 6, so 3 layouts and 3 cards. And so I'm going to get started. I'm just going to, I'm going to kind of show this. This is kind of when I start with the sketch. As you can see, Sketch B was the one that I do. I do, because I try to think of, okay, what paper am I going to use where, and what size am I going to make it, and where am I going to put my picture, what kind of picture am I going to use, and then you kind of see, some of the math I do along the way too. But this is kind of how I start. When I, find a sketch that I want to use, and I see the different elements in the sketch, and then I figure out, okay, this is going to go here, I'm going to use this paper for that, I'm going to border it with that. So that's kind of how my process starts. So I'm going to start, actually I'm going to start with Sketch C over here. And I put it on my printer, I enlarged them all. But do you want to show the ribbon real quick?
Well, grab your sketch. Okay, you're going to start with C? Okay.
I'm going to start with C.
All right, well, Kim really outdid herself here. So we had a question about black and white ribbon for graduation, and look at this one. It's like half and half, like a two-tone. And then we have this one that's a little bit more kind of distressed. And we've got swirls and polka dots, and we even have a floral, maybe if you're making a feminine card. And there's one with little bubbles. And we have a plaid. Kim, I had no idea we had so many. And then she even grabbed the grid ribbon that comes in black and white. And I think that chevron is the perfect ribbon. And hiding back here is some black and white twine. Nice she bought a soccer. She brought us a soccer one. And we have this in basketball, and I think we have it in football also. We have several sports ribbons.
I really like that black and white flower.
And she brought us a little centerpiece, too, that's got ribbon around it. And this has got the sheer with the black dots, and then it's got a little piece of black twine that's holding a ribbon, or I'm sorry, a charm. And then it's got some graduation hats. And you guys, that is a can. maybe, I don't know if it's a can of corn or kidney beans, but it's been emptied and painted, spray painted, and it makes a really nice centerpiece.
Yeah.
So there's a graduation idea or any party idea,
Right?
really. And then it's got pictures of the graduate, or if it's somebody's, Jennifer's going to a 100th birthday this weekend, and you could put pictures of your birthday person.
Alrighty.
And then Teresa, Peggy, right? Peggy, I want to interrupt one more time because I'll forget at the end, but there were the questions about the 2 inks. And Teresa's going to be here on Monday, and she is explaining all of that, all of the different distress products.
She's an
So
expert.
tune in on Monday for that.
She is our inky expert, that's for sure.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
So this is sketch C.
This is sketch C. And for this sketch, what I ended up using is the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Spring line. And I brought a bunch of it over here so people could see.
Oh, okay. So Spring Garden.
Spring Garden, yep.
So this is all Spring Garden,
Yep.
and you can look at the whole category. There's so many wonderful products.
There are. I mean, it's just so pretty. I love the yellow. Obviously, I love the green in it, accented with the yellow. It's just very, very pretty, and we're kind of having a gloomy day outside today, so these nice, colors for spring are really helpful. But anyhow, sketch C is where I started, and you can see on this one, I followed the sketch pretty much to a T on here. I have the 3 strips coming up. I have that photo block, or which would be your sentiment block there. Instead of the banner piece here, I took a row that I just clustered flowers.
That is amazing.
So that's what that is down there. And then, you see the bottoms of the strips down here. Well, I didn't want my strips going all the way, so I just put a few, extra little pieces to kind of imitate that. And on this one, I did use the Vintage Photo as my ink that I inked most everything with. So all the way around the plaid paper, because I just wanted that nice neutral background on that. A friend of mine and I went to Jester Hill Farms last year, and we did pick your own flowers. I think it's something that the year before my daughter and I did, and they have the most beautiful zinnias, and I mean their flowers are just gorgeous. And as you look across the farm, it's so pretty. How could you not scrapbook all that color and all that beauty of nature? But again, what I did, I took these strips. I had to kind of figure out what size of strips I wanted to make, and my decision on the width of the strip came because of the width of the pictures that I was going to print. And my pictures are 2.5 by 3.5. So I did have to cut them down a little bit because my mat is 2.5, and then I just went 1/8 of an inch further for the
So it's got a double mat, but just very discreet.
Yep. So the pictures are 2.5 by 3.5. So that was how I cut them, and then I laid them out on my sheet, or on my background here, and then my 4x6 picture, I wanted a little bit wider mat on that one, and then with the double mat with that too. So this is about 1/4 of an inch and then 1/8 of an inch, but I wanted to mat that to kind of bring that up a little bit more to the forefront on it. And then as I said, the banner piece along the bottom here, I wanted to continue with that floral theme, so I really wanted to use the flowers in here, and these are all from one of the ephemera packages that I got. And this is actually from the sticker sheet, the bunny that came from the sticker sheet.
Oh, okay.
And I think and this came from the sticker sheet as well. And so I just powdered those up and used those as die cut. Now, I know in the past I've been asked, what kind of adhesive do I use? And let me tell you, on this one, I used all the adhesive, all the different types of adhesive I had on my desk. Because one of the things that I did is I was trying to figure out where to place everything, was I used the repositionable adhesive, the one that Janet really likes. I would put a little bit of that on the back of my piece and lay it down, because I knew I can put it down, it would stay in place, but then I could move, the different elements around as well. And so I was able to start with that. Now, sometimes when I change the adhesive that I use, it will all depend on the weight that the pieces are going to have to hold. So if I have this standing up, these back pieces, they're holding this up. They're holding, these things up. So when I actually go to finally stick them down, I'll use more permanent adhesive.
So if something is sticking onto something else, you get the bottom pieces, you
with the heavier
adhere
adhesive
a little bit better. That's a good tip.
So because once it's down, I don't want it moving around at all. But I will use the temporary adhesive or the repositionable adhesive as I'm kind of working to start the layout and moving things around, so I know where I want them to be. All of my stickers and things like that, I will powder the back of them with. I actually brought my powder tool.
Got a powder tool? And our powder tools are back in stock. We were actually out of the powder tools for a little bit. We sold out.
I brought one with me just to make sure I had it. And where did it go? But I will powder things down, again, to make it easier for me to move things around. There's my powder tool.
Right. If it's a sticker and you stick it, you're stuck.
Right.
But if you powder your sticker, then you aren't stuck. You can use repositionable or whatever you want.
And especially if I'm going to be putting things over the top of a photo, if there's any sticky left on that, it's going to stick to that photo, and it's going to be next to impossible to come up. Even with undo, you have to be so very careful if you have a photo. So I usually like to powder everything down when I do it, just to make sure that that sticky is off. And that's what I had to do with this little sticker and this little sticker both. So as I said, created my strips, put this down. So I have the basic part of the sketch done, and then it's just a matter of putting on those embellishments. And again, it's just layering the different
it looks really
pieces.
Nice, Peggy.
So
you
the
have
stickers,
a good knack for it.
the die cut pieces, I did use the from the Brad's that aren't Brad's. That little flower right there, and then you'll see I tucked a little bit, just to kind of add that little
Brad
pink
right
in
there, guys.
And then I think I have one other one in there somewhere.
I like the enamel dots that you have on there, and those are
Yeah.
glossy dots. Some of
Yes,
them are
they
matte,
are.
but these are a little different.
I really like these. Are really pretty, and I liked being able to kind of mix, the green and I stayed pretty much with the green and the yellow, because that was just what was kind of hitting me, from this photo. Just stay with the green and the yellow. And so that's why you see that. Even though these have really bright colors in them, I still wanted to kind of stay right in here. And this flower here, such a nice neutral. Same with the fence, same with this. A nice neutral to kind of bring out that yellow and the green. And then also in the ephemera piece, and actually from the sticker sheet too, and I think I have the sticker sheet here, I used a couple of the butterflies that came with it.
So some of those, I just thought they were all ephemera, but some are stickers.
Yep, and then I think I used a couple of the hearts right here.
Oh, here we go.
Here. And then, of course, then we have the foam sheet too. And that's where my title came from. I wanted something to do with flowers in there. I wanted something to do with flowers on my title, and so I kept going back to this word blooms, but I thought, it's just not quite enough. I wanted to match up my brown that I kind of matted things in.
Yeah, that's good.
And so I kept coming back to that, but it needed something more. And I thought, these flowers are beautiful, and I'm looking at my girlfriend there too, that went with me that day, and it's just it was a lovely day, and she's really just such a lovely person, and I thought that would just go with it. And then of course the word
There's
strip.
lots of good words here.
A lot of words.
My happy place, such a lovely moment, life is better in full bloom, which you did use that one.
I used that one down here.
I noticed that one is right here.
Because I always like to use those little words. This came off of the foam sticker sheet too.
The Be Kind, there it is, everybody.
And then hello also, the plant poker here. came there, and I just, you know, I used my dimensional adhesive, my foam dots to kind of put that little butterfly up there too. He came off the sticker sheet. And so just, I used a lot of different pieces from a lot of different parts of the collection because it's such a beautiful collection. And then I wanted to show that the butterflies were kind of flying.
I saw your
so
stitching.
I kind of stitched
gosh.
those up too. So, you know, I mean, you can add, if you like to stitch, you don't have to have a lot of stitching to have some impact on it. You can just, you know, create just a little bit here and there. So I kind of like that.
It's amazing, Peggy.
You know, when you're working with, you know, a larger cluster, you're still going to be using that, you know, that big, medium, and small pieces. So, you know, my larger pieces here, I'm looking at, you know, my medium pieces, and then my fine details, you know, and the small pieces there too. So that all just kind of comes together and works together. So that was how I interpreted Sketch C.
So there we go. There's Sketch C.
That's Sketch C.
And
so,
we'll have pictures of all of this on our blog in a few days, probably next week.
Yep, so there's Sketch C.
And if you want to recreate Peggy's layout, it'll be there, and you can know
And
that
use
you need
Sketch
spring
C,
garden.
Yeah. So we're going to go to Sketch B next. And that's going to be this one from the beach.
Oh,
Can you tell?
I can't. I see the little squares.
Yep. So yeah, so this was actually the first one that I did, and you can kind of see that that's what all of my little, you know, chicken scratching little
Yeah, you're quite a planner.
writing is on there. So this is the one that I started with, and believe it or not, this is the first time that I've ever used Graphic 45.
That is
that amazing or
unbelievable.
what?
But Peggy has been crafting for many years.
Long time. But Graphic 45. This is my
It's
first
such
time.
a
and
nice
it was
collection.
perfect.
The beach is calling,
Yes.
and I really like it.
Yep.
A lot of beach collections are cutesy and kiddish,
Yep.
and I like this one because it's more, I don't know.
It's more adult. It is
More
more
adult.
adult, I think, and it just really fit my photos. I thought I used the solids pack, the patterns and solids pack is what I got, and then I used is this the ephemera assortment, and those were the two main pieces that I used on the layout. I did bring all the other pieces from the collection too because
They even
it's
have
just so
rub-ons,
pretty,
you
yeah.
guys. So they got
Oh,
rub-ons.
those
There's a
are
6
so
by 8.
nice. Yep. And on this one, I did use I went to my favorite brown ink, and I used brush corduroy.
Oh,
And,
so vintage photo on the first one.
And
Brush corduroy here.
And because I really loved all of the colors that are in here, I wanted to use the patterns and the colors that came in that collection. I decided to go, I haven't done a layout with one by one squares for a long time. And so this large part back here, I decided I wanted that to look like the beach, the sand on the beach. That's what I wanted that to represent. And then you see the blue down here, which is like this block right here.
That's your water.
I wanted that to be water. Now, I did expect more of the water to show, especially over on this side. But then when I found this die cut in there, I thought, no, I have to use that.
That is
but you
perfect.
can kind of still see a little bit of the wave. I did kind of wavy cut it all the way across, just, you know, with my scissors, just free-handed it to do that. And I was going to stitch it, but then I thought, well, that's all that's showing, and I have all this other stuff going on, so I didn't feel like I needed to. But anyway, so this block right here is this block right here. And I stayed pretty true to this one, too, I think. And then, you know, the sand is this part up here. Now, this part right here, instead of having it be like a single sentiment or like a single photo type of thing, I decided I was going to create a little bit of a photo block because I wanted someplace to put journaling as well. And so since this was just, you know, one of the pages I was going to be doing in this vacation, I thought, well, I can get by with just the 2 photos, but I really wanted to show just how beautiful and peaceful that beach was.
It looks amazing.
It was just the best day ever on that vacation. but I wanted to use, the larger photo block. And so I wanted to make sure, my pieces fit. The larger photo is on the bottom. It's a heavier piece than what the top one, so it's got to, ground everything and kind of weigh that down and then hold these up. And I loved that this collection is called The Beach is Calling. So I had to use that in my journaling too.
Look
The
at what
beach
she
is
put.
calling and I must go. So I had to use that on there, and I just printed that in blue too to kind of match everything. This part right up here on the sketch, where Janet yesterday showed the card where she used like a half circle, I thought that was a great place to have a bit of a subtitle. So I used the banner out of the ephemera package there, and this also came out of the ephemera package, kind of popped those up. My journaling there.
It's nice how you're pairing your ephemera together, like the starfish and the little swirling. You got your sand dollar with your title. I really like that.
So yeah, and then I just used some Nouveau drops in here to kind of, highlight a few of the other things. I loved this die cut piece. I thought this was just so, with the shells and it just looked peaceful.
This page is amazing, Peggy.
And then the banner here, this is actually two different pieces. At first, when I pulled them out of the package, I thought, oh, they're going to fit, they're going to, one is going to fit over the top. They're going to fit just perfectly. Well, they don't fit just perfectly, but you know what? I liked that shadow. I liked how that shadowed on there. So I used it, and I thought it kind of fit the curve of this a bit. And it was just, it kind of is that banner piece that comes out. So that's my banner.
Everybody's
loving
these, Peggy.
And then the water as well. So that was how I interpreted that. Again, one of the things that I do, and you guys see that all the time, I liked this paper with the word because I just like the beach, on there and, beach words. But to have that and then put the photos on top of it was going to make it too busy. So, but I still wanted to use it. And so this became my, obviously my background. And then I used, on the back side of these papers, it's a solid color. So you get the solids up here. So I just used the neutral solid there.
Oh, and that's what you have for
and
this.
then based it, and then I just cut 1/4 inch strips of the darker blue solid to kind of frame everything in. And that, when I'm looking at this card sketch, can I really make it into 12 by 12? Well, what if I shrink it down a little bit and I can kind of, just kind of limit, kind of condense down the size that I have to fill on the page, but still fill the page with things, by framing it all in. And I just think that gives it a nice layer and dimension too. So that is that one.
There, everyone's loving it, Peggy.
But yeah, I wanted
Kimberly
the water.
gave you
I wanted
3 blue hearts that match.
Oh,
match
Kimberly,
the
you're so
paper.
sweet.
I
That's
love it.
perfect. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the beach might be one of my favorite places to be ever. If I could live, why do I live in Iowa?
Yes, I'm like, you're in Iowa.
Because my children are here.
Well, that's a good reason.
But if they moved to the beach, I'd be with them.
Okay,
So,
before we do sketch A,
this is exciting.
Kim came back with an urgent public message that the Stitch Shamrocks did arrive today. So if you're waiting for those, you can call us or we'll give you a call. It's got the 5 dies and it's $22.99. And I think what we love about this is that you do see those little stitches on the die cuts when you die cut them. And St. Patrick's Day is just a few days away. So those are available and they are in stock.
All righty, now we're going to go
We're
to
going to A. We're going backwards.
Yeah, we are. But I wanted to show this one because this is one that I changed it up a little bit. I hope you can see the sketch on here. You have to kind of turn your eyes just a little bit because I rotated it a little bit.
Okay, let me step back a little bit. Okay, so there you can see it.
So we rotated it.
Oh, Peggy, real quick, there's a question with the Beach is Calling.
Yes.
Would you have had stuff to make another layout if you wanted to? Would you have had extra product left over?
Here's all my extra product.
Oh, she's got a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of paper, a lot of die cuts. So the answer is yes.
Absolutely.
Probably more than one.
Oh, I think I could probably get 3 or 4 easily out of it. Even double page layouts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any
there's
questions,
there's a lot.
they don't always come through during the live video, but when they do, we'll certainly catch them and ask about them.
Yeah, the ephemera.
Look at all that ephemera you have
gosh.
left.
Yeah, the ephemera, you get lots of shells in here, which I think is just wonderful. You get a
I'm
lot
thinking
of pieces.
I need to get this.
And-
We went
well,
to
here,
Sanibel
I'll
Island a
turn it
few
down.
years ago with my sister, and
And I love, you know, the houses too.
oh, yes.
I do have some pictures at home that I want to use that with. But yeah, I mean, you have like, you know, the different pieces that you can use for titles. I kind of like that one. You have sun, sand. I think there's one more.
surf. There's the
Surf.
surf.
Yep, that was the one I was looking for. So, you know, that's a great thing to use as a title. Here, the beach is calling. I almost used that one instead of that banner too. And look at the sandcastle.
Mm-hmm. It's nice. Their die cuts used to always be the same shapes, like tags, and there was always like a clock thing. And now they're doing all kinds of different shapes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that. Thank you,
Yeah.
Graphic 45, for making that change.
I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful collection, and it works so well with beach ones.
Look at how much fun Maxon is having. I
He's-
mean, look
he
at his
is.
face,
Look
you
at
guys.
his smile. I know. I've had these
love it.
pictures for a couple years, and I just haven't gotten. I didn't find the right thing to use to do the page, and then Have a Nice Day came along.
And you wouldn't even think about that as a beach.
Not necessarily.
It's just a happy, smiley
I mean, look at the
collection.
Sun. And the sun paper.
Oh, that's where you got the
paper we
sun
used. Yep,
paper.
the sun
Okay.
paper came right out of that. It was just perfect. And, you know, I mean, this big, bright smile on his face because he's just having so much fun.
I
you
love
know,
it.
it came right off of the sticker sheet.
Okay,
And
so-
had I
So
actually...
this is sticker from
this is
the
sticker,
collection pack.
And had I actually had this at home, I probably would have used that.
Okay, the chipboard.
They're
We do have the
it's the same
chipboard
thing.
now.
The same thing, but I like the dimension of that. But yeah, I mean, but let me start on this one by when I actually started this layout, the sketch. This isn't really the direction I was going to go.
Oh, really?
It wasn't. I was going to use this picture of my dog.
Oh.
Because I just really thought, you know, he's smiling a little bit there, and
Yeah.
it was a happy day, and in the Nice Day
It's
collection,
the same collection pack, but
it's
just
the same collection
a
pack.
whole different look.
Yeah, look at these papers. I thought, oh, you know, even though he's got kind of a Valentine-y scarf on, but look at how well those papers would have gone on there, and that's what I really wanted to do. But I also had this little die cut from I.O., the Sunshine, which I thought was wonderful, and I wanted to use that in some way. And I thought, well, it's got all these great yellows too, and
And the smiley faces.
Yeah, so
So this will be a future layout.
This is going to be a future layout. Yep.
Well, we love
it's
that,
going to be
Peggy.
a future layout. So, you know, when you start, you know, sometimes I think when I do layouts, sometimes people ask me, well, what is your starting point? Is your starting point, you know, is your layout picture, you know, is it picture driven? Is it story driven? Is it product driven? It can be all or none or one or the other. And obviously with this one, when I was going to start with the dog picture, that was going to be a photo driven layout, but as I started going through the papers and things, it became more of a product driven layout, because then I switched over to this yellow, and I knew I had these photos and the stripe paper.
Oh, is that from
in
the-
the collection? Yep, that stripe paper in the
It's
collection.
just funny how this
is
same
just-
collection,
yeah.
you've got this sunny day at the beach, and then you have the picture of your little puppy. And
So
And it
here's
can be
this,
anything.
and I'm looking at Max's,
Oh,
shorts,
yes.
the stripe on that, and how well that matches on that. And I thought, well, these are going to be, and it's a bright sunny day, and I thought, well, I can use my sunshine die that I think is just
It's
so
really
perfect
cute.
with this line because of the smiley faces. So that is, you know, I go from the dog picture with the pinks into the yellows and Max. So, and I'm still looking at the same sketch. So when I got to this one, I decided, well, I'm going to flip the sketch. I'm going to rotate the sketch, and because I want the border to come across the top. Initially, I was going to do a border across the side, and I wanted to use the smiley faces on it from the collection. And actually, you can
oh,
even
there's
get
oh yeah,
this
look
one.
at this sticker, guys.
I mean, can you, how can
I
you
don't
not
know
be
how
happy
many
with
were on
that
there. I
one?
have not counted it, but there's a
lot.
lot of smiley faces. And I remember when smiley faces were, I mean, they've come back, but don't you remember, Peggy, was it
we
70s?
were in high school.
Probably
then.
in high school.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was going to use this, and I was going to create a border using these stickers. And then I thought, well, then I can throw in a couple of the suns, you know, along the border too with the edges on it. And then I thought, well, no, I want to do a border. This is a bright sunny day. I'm going to have the sun come all the way across the top. Now, the one thing that I did with this layout is because I brought the sun up above the top of my paper, and so much of it is above the top of my paper, but when I put it in my page protector, I don't want it sticking out the top of my album. I don't want it up there because I want it to be protected. So I ended up, these higher ones are about a 1/2 inch off the top, so I cut a 1/2 inch off the bottom.
Okay.
So my actual base is only 11.5 inches, so that this could come to 12 inches.
Oh my gosh.
So
I
that's
bet
what
that
I did.
looks
So
neat
you
in your album.
can, you know, put it in your album, and these are going to be protected if you just, you know, kind of cut it off. You just have to size it that way. So that was kind of the thing that I thought of when I did
love
because
that,
because I wanted, you know, the rays of the sun to be that border.
It's very eye-catching.
And, you know, here, you know, with the 2 circles that Janet had on the sketch, that's kind of what first, you know, brought my eye to that. I did go to my stash of, you know, scrap papers and find a bunch of different yellows that
like
I
some
used.
petite prints in
Yep,
there.
some are the petite prints. This is from the Be Happy line from Echo Park from last year. You know, and then a couple saws. That's a honeybee one from a 6x8 pad. But I decided to cut, you know, the
like
face
them being different.
and the base out of each, and then mix them all up. And then I used mustard seed ink, the mustard seed distress ink, because that's the yellow that I had at home and it worked well. And I just kind of went around the edges of the sun just to give that a little more definition on that.
The suns are very fun.
I love the suns. Those
now
are so
we
cute.
tried to order more suns, and our order had already shipped. I think we have one. It's called Sunny Face from Impression Obsession.
Yep.
Here's the die. It's 2 pieces, so you could just cut a smiley face if you wanted to. It's $9.99, and we will have more coming. So if you want one and they're sold out, don't worry. We've got more coming.
Yep. I mean, it's just a fun die to have in your stash, because if you're going to do like summer pages or anything that involves being at the beach or being out in the sun, this is a nice little touch. You can, you know, use them on a journal block, or you can, you know, use them on a border across there. So whatever you want to do. So there's my border across the top to go with this layout. And when I was looking at this card sketch, I was looking at the 3 main parts of the sketch. So this border, this block, the sentiment block, and this banner. And I thought, well, I don't have to put it all together to match that. I can, you know, take this part here, and I can, you know, cut this part, you know, put here. I can take this part. So I actually kind of cut the card sketch apart. I made a copy of it and cut it apart and kind of played with that.
Oh, you did?
As far as how I
Okay.
wanted to put the elements together.
Okay.
So that was, you know, so there's another thing that you can do with the sketches. If it has, you know, big areas on it that you can, you know, for photos or embellishment or whatever, you can cut that apart, and then you can kind of play with it to see how you want to put it all together. So again, obviously we've talked about the sun across the top. Now I stayed, you know, with the photo block going in that same direction as the border. So I put these 3 together. And the other thing I did with these, you'll see that, you know, they're kind of askew all the way across. It doesn't look like there's a rhyme or reason to how I, you know, turn them or anything. But what I did want, I wanted the horizon to go,
I didn't realize
to match
that.
all the way across.
What a great tip.
So I wanted to do that otherwise, because the photos were taken from the same distance. So he's basically the same size in all the photos. So I wanted to keep him, you know, right in there. So I was able to match that up. And I just thought that it looked a lot more cohesive that way. I thought
agree.
it brought your eye across the page a lot better that way. Katie's cut apart label.
Oh, there we
I
go.
used one of those in blue right there. And then I just used the Simple Stories sticker letters from their Color Vibe collection.
Oh,
there,
sure.
along with
Those are real
enamel
popular.
dots
Those
too.
books have lots
Yes.
of different
Yeah,
alphabets
well,
in
because
them.
you get a couple different sizes, so that's really nice. And then this came from, this is a new Heidi Swap product that we just got in, and this is just great for, I think it's wonderful for, this coming summer and spring and things, just nice little words that you can add. These would be great for card making, for sentiments on a card, or, as you can see that I added it, right underneath his name. And I liked that it said happy on it, because this is all about smiles and being happy and just, loving where we are. So, the sun is nice and bright. I wanted to stay with, the bright lettering, and I thought the happy was really great, especially when you see the smile on his face there. Along with, stay with the kind of the blue of the water and the sky and the yellow in there. My journaling here, I had, the two places, so the column of journaling, so I've got basically 3 columns that I filled up there. And it was a little tricky on my printer to try to figure out the spacing on that.
I bet
But
it was.
I had to do it a few
because
times.
that's one piece.
That's
guys.
one piece, yep. I did have to run it through my printer a couple times just to make sure I got it spaced just right. But I wanted to add this stripe in here too, because I really liked all the colors in the stripe to go with the shorts. I just thought that was just kind of a nice way to tie that together. And then I still wanted to use, the banner part, and so I just added.
You just got little banners right there.
From the sticker sheet, and then I just cut those from, actually the blue is from the stripe on here.
Okay.
That's where that blue came from, and then the yellow was just, one of my leftover pieces from up here, and just kind of put that on there because I still wanted to have that sense of the banner. I also thought about maybe bringing it, up to the top here, like have some here and have some there rather than over here, but it just worked out that this was the better spot for it.
I like it because if you get too many things going on,
right, then it's
I don't
just
know,
too
I
many
think it's
things.
just
It takes it
perfect.
away. So
perfect.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on with the different patterns and things, and you guys all know how much I do enjoy mixing patterns and things like that. I did bring over a lot of different pieces from the collection that we can show, because it really is just a fun collection from the ephemera pieces.
So this is Have a Nice Day.
Have a Nice Day from Echo Park, and the tags and frames. I mean, I think this is a great collection for card making too.
Right.
I just think it's got some great sentiments, especially if you want to send a bright, sunny message to a friend that maybe's been having a blue day or something like that. That would be great.
Just like smile.
Right? And
Okay, those are the enamel dots
the
that
enamel
you
dots,
used. Okay.
that came on here. Now I did use. These are 2 Doodle Pops. We don't have these in stock. These were ones that I've probably had in my drawer for a couple years. And as I was kind of going through some things, trying to pull some things for it, I found them and I thought I need to use those on here.
They're perfect.
We do have
Isn't
this in a
that
Doodle
cute?
Pop. And so, I mean, that goes with the sun. I could have put that down below here too, and that would have looked just fine along with it. Or even on the beach collection. Let's see, where did I put it? The ephemera from the beach collection, or even from that. There's a
little
sandcastle.
sandcastle
You
or
can use
something.
that down there
Sure.
too. So you can mix and match things up that way too. So we use that. I really like the washi tape.
I
Look at
just got that
smile.
washi tape, and so I could put it on a package.
I mean, is that not adorable? I mean, it would have been cute to kind of just tape down my
Yeah.
photos with too. Jennifer showed that the other day when
She
she did.
did on
She
her
uses that
layout.
a
She
lot
tapes
on
some
hers that
photos.
she tapes them down. So I
And
mean,
they look
those are
really
really
nice.
really cute. We've already seen the die, and then I thought the stencil was
yeah.
really cute. And on the dog one, actually, I had thought I would use the stencil as a background and just do it like in pink.
Oh yeah.
Because the smiley face doesn't have to be in
No,
yellow
it
just
doesn't have to
because,
be.
other things are in yellow. It can be in pink. That's in there. And then we have the 6x6 too. So that's nice too.
So if you want
with the
smaller
collection. Yep.
patterns, you mentioned card making.
Yep.
Sometimes that's really good for card making.
I think that's just so pretty.
And these stickers, the Heidi Swap stickers that Peggy was talking about, you do get 2 sheets for $4.99, and they also go with Kaleidoscope very well. So if you purchase Kaleidoscope, these would be a great add-on for that collection.
And if you come into the store and you want to get them, they're on the table right in front.
They're in the
with
front, at the front door.
Yeah. I was going to show the 2 pieces. You can see I was kind of messing around. I was messing around with my ink, but this is what the 2 pieces look like. So you don't have to use the sun with it. You could just use a little smiley face on there too, if that's what you're going to do with your layout. I think that would be a nice fun thing too.
It's a little versatile, and it would go really well with
it matches all that. So that is how
amazing
we did that.
Janet is squealing with excitement after seeing your layouts. It's so nice to see another interpretation.
It is, and like Janet and I talked, and as I said at the beginning, we both wanted it to be, we wanted to show the versatility of the sketches. We wanted to show that the sketches can be adapted to just about any kind of project. Now, if I had another couple days at home this week,
she would have done 10 more layouts.
Well, I was going to do a hoop using it too to show that. I actually got one started. I just didn't get it finished, so maybe I'll show that the next time I'm on. But yeah, you can adapt these to hoops as well, to the design in a hoop. And again, one nice thing about using the sketches is that they can be your jumping off point. They can be, the starting point. You can follow them to a T, or you can add and mix and, build from there. And as I said, they're adaptable to any type of project. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you go to do it.
Right. That's what I like about it.
For those of us that have been, scrapbooking for years and years and years, I'm tired of reinventing the wheel. I'm tired of doing that. And so when I can go look at a sketch and I can pull from here and there, it just makes putting the layout together so much easier. And another thing and one thing that Janet said, when we are working with our sketches and things, Janet has such a good eye for design. And so when it comes to putting the sketches together, putting the elements of those sketches, in a way, to make it all cohesive and look so pretty, it's so easy to then do the project because you're starting with great design. You're starting your base with great design.
Well, I would say the same for you, Peggy. You guys both have a knack for design.
And I mean, I always lament the fact that I am such a slow scrapper. I am what I kind of refer to as low-lithic instead of prolific. I am very low-lithic, but because I got to work with these,
my gosh,
I was able to put all 3 of these layouts together within the last week. And for
so
me, that is really good.
Oh,
that is really good because usually it takes quite a bit longer for me to do that. I piddle and diddle around with things, and so being able to start with a great design base made it so much easier to put the elements of the page on together and do the layout and really create layouts that are really fun and look great. They're vibrant. They're just well put together because I got to start with a great design.
You had a starting point. Yeah, I think that's very true. And there are so many comments coming through about how much they have loved you and Janet working together, and they hope you guys do it again. They've really enjoyed it. There's been lots of creativity shared and tips shared the last 2 days. So I'm glad that we can have videos every morning and
I am too.
Offer this to our customers and our Facebook fans.
When it comes to crafting more in 24, this is a great way to go.
Sketches are a great way,
and to keep doing it. And get that tracker going, so you know what you've done, so you can see what you've accomplished. And I mean, it's just. I think I have done more layouts this year, and you know that I'm a layout person. I stress when it comes to doing cards. I don't feel like I do that
We have
very
a few
well,
card stressors here.
But give me a 12 by 12 sheet of paper and a couple sheets of paper, and I'm rolling with it. And I think I have probably done more layouts this year than what I have the past few years. And I've enjoyed the process, and it's just wonderful. So.
Well, and thank you so much for sharing your layouts and your talent with us. I think we all love it, and everybody, like I said, there's lots of comments about how many techniques and what things people have learned, and they have loved it.
Yeah. So, we get the sketch, look at the different elements on the sketch, use those to make it your own, because when you use the sketch, like I said, you don't have to follow it to a T. You can add your own little pieces here and there, but it's just a nice base to start with. It's a great way to just get started, especially if you're in a slump, or if you just, tired of your own ideas and you want to look at something else, or trying to figure out what your own style is too. See what kind of sketches you're drawn to, and that helps.
And we'll have pictures of all of this on our blog. Of course, you can rewatch the video as many times as you like,
absolutely.
and we'll have pictures on our blog. And I was just going to announce that tomorrow, Cindy Grant, special guest Cindy Grant's going to be here. Oh, yeah. And you know what? She's using Spring Garden also.
Oh, is she?
Which is the collection that Peggy showed you today.
Yep.
And she's going to show us how to take one sheet of paper and make this little folio that's all folded up. It's really neat with lots of pockets. And so I'm really anxious for all of you to see that and how she made that.
She just makes such beautiful things.
She does.
She really does.
She's
so
got
creative.
lots of, she does. She does has lots of good ideas.
Yeah, a lot of
and
learning
so I was
tomorrow,
excited
too.
that she has tomorrow off, because she's got one of those full-time jobs that gets in the way of things like doing videos for us. So she'll be in here tomorrow. And then on Monday, Teresa will be here, and Teresa's going to be talking all about distress inks. So those of you that have had questions about the difference between distress and oxide and what all does Tim have, she will be explaining all of that on Monday, and she's going to be using, I think, Lumberjack Plaid, which is coming up in one of our games coming up on the 19th. We'll be voting with the Lumberjack Plaid in the Americana collection. So be sure and get your votes in today, and we'll announce the winners from today tomorrow morning, and we'll be back here with Cindy. So you guys have a wonderful day, and if you're in the neighborhood, stop in and see us or give us a call, and we hope to see you soon.